Hello, thank you so much for watching this tutorial that comes with your template. It is going to make your life so much easier. This will be such a more enjoyable project with the tutorial assistance. The first thing that you see when you open up your template are these two big boxes. The first one is pointing you to the tutorial, and the second is saying remember to double click. What this means is on your photos, when you drag and drop a photo into the photo box, you need to double click it in order to manipulate the photo. If you single click, you manipulate the whole box, including the border, and you will have your images all over your document and you will not be happy. So make sure to double click. We're going to delete these so that we can begin. The first thing we need to do is remove our backgrounds from our images. In our surrounding images, it's optional. You can just put your photos in. It won't have the same aesthetic, but you can do that if you're short on time and you only want to remove the background from one image, but you do need to remove it from your center image. So we need to go to Adobe Express. In Adobe Express, which is at adobe.com/express/, up at the very top in the menu, you are looking for quick actions and remove background. When you get here, you're going to want to drag your photo into this box. You have to do it one at a time. The first thing I do is I make a folder with all the images that I'm going to use, and I have that saved to my desktop for easy access. So I can click upload your photo, and then I can go find that folder and upload my files that way, or I can just drag and drop from my folder when I open it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag and drop it in. Now it will remove the background here, and then you will hit download and it will download to your downloads folder. Now, if for some reason when you go to place those in Canva, they still have a white background, I'm guessing it's a browser issue. So change your browser. Make sure you're doing it on a different browser because something is wrong there. If that still doesn't work, then you might want to check out in here. So when we're back at that screen where it says download or open in Adobe Express, rather than download, go to open in Adobe Express and then go up to download in the top here and make sure transparent ping is selected and then download it. But that's a troubleshooting thing. For the most part, you're just going to download it. It will pop you into Adobe Express, but you want to leave. So you're just going to hit that little A up there, back to the main page, and click remove background, which is down there. And then we go through these again, and I'm doing the same photo, but that's okay because I just want to roll. So you did that. You have to exit out and remove background again. I know exactly what you're thinking. So I'm going to give you a funny picture to look at while I explain. It's free. It's a free program, so we just roll with it. I don't know why you have to do one at a time, so we just do it. Okay, so anyway, there's my daughter to make you laugh. All right, so once you have all of your images downloaded with the backgrounds removed that you want, go back to Canva and click Uploads on the left. You can go up to Upload Files and you can find that folder and do it that way. I already have my images uploaded that I'm going to use for the tutorial, so I will skip that. One important thing I will say though is when you do upload, so let's upload one, just any photo again, that cute one. Make sure it stops uploading before you try to place it, because if you try to place it prior to it fully uploading, the color tones won't apply. Once everything is in there, you can drag and drop your images. This is what they should look like. They should have the dark around them. If they have white around them, like I said, that sounds like a browser issue to me. Once we get all of these placed and they look great and you're happy, double click to adjust, and then you may want to make some extra adjustments. Again, this is optional. If you need to make any more adjustments, you go up to Edit Image, Adjust, and mess around with your brightness a little bit. Maybe your contrast. As you can see, there are attributes already applied here. So all you're doing is fine-tuning if you want, if need be. When you get to the middle image, you're going to just drag and drop that one in as well. This will be the only time I'll tell you to single click. It's when you're making sure that this box is wide enough for your entire photo. And then you'll double click to enlarge and fill. Sometimes you're going to want a half length. The half length is the aesthetic that you want to go for. However, me, I want to show this. She was the evil queen. So that's the whole point of this poster. I want the full dress. So it's your call, personal preference. Do whatever you wish to do and just make sure everything is as it should be. All right, and you just want to pull it down because if you leave it levitating, then you have to sing, "Who's afraid of little old me?" Okay, please, yeah, I know, I'm sorry that you just had to suffer through that. I don't even know why I would do that to you guys. You're nice. You bought my product and then I make you listen to me sing. Once the center looks amazing and everything is adjusted how you want, you'll go to your text and you'll change to your name. And we're going to actually change it to your name. You want this all to be capitalized, so either make sure your caps lock is down or up here in your font attribute menu, there is a button that will let you go to uppercase. Down here is your second line. It is a different font than the first line, and that is how it should be. And you're going to want to change it to whatever you wish to say. The birthday era is very popular. We need to make them now flush with each other. We're going to enlarge that quite a bit. Grab both of them by selecting them both with your mouse, lining them up on the edges so they're flush. That's really important. And as you can see, we're running out of space. I show you what to do next to fix that. Bring your name up. You want it definitely up off the bottom a little bit. You want some space there when you print it. You don't want it to be right touching the bottom. If it's showing the ruler here, you're just going to grab the guide and slide it over. If the ruler is not there, you have to go up to File, Settings, Show Rulers and Guides, and then you can bring your guide out. These two lines have to be flush with each other and flush with the edge. You can get rid of your guides. They won't print. You can get rid of them just for clarity reason. Now you can see that it's overlapping our image, which is not a big deal. Select everything. Go about halfway down these, because if you go any further, you will end up selecting your text box, which you don't want. So just stop right about there and then grab this little bounding box and pull it up. And all of your boxes will size automatically. They will become a little shorter. That's what we need to do when we have shorter names. If you have like a really, really, really long name like Mackenzie Ann, then you will be able to size it down. Grab your guides if you have to again, bring it down, and that's not even perfectly lined up, but you'll take the time to make sure it's lined up. I just want to show you how to do this, and then you can bring it down again and have more space. Go up to position, go to layers, go down here to your grain layers, and grab both of them by hitting select and clicking on both of them, and then dragging them to the top. And then you have a ton of grain. Now you're going to adjust your grain to your liking. I forgot to move our levitating queen down. That's funny to me. She really is a levitating queen because she is the evil queen. All right, so we need to move her down a little bit. Okay, so as you saw, I had to move her in front of the grain layer and behind the grain layer to get that to work. I apologize. Somebody started mowing their lawn, but I can't redo this video. I don't have time to redo it. So we're going to have to live with that noise in the background, and I apologize. I hope it ends soon. As you can see, I pulled that forward in front of the grain to adjust it. Once your grain layers are in place, you can't get to your photos anymore, so you will have to move them to the back. We want to adjust the transparency. So up here at the top, you're going to work with that, and you can work with both layers, and you can choose as much grain or as little grain as you want. You can even delete your grain layers if you wish. If for some reason your color tones don't apply when you drop your photos in, then you want to Command Z. So you're going to go back, you're going to take it out of the box, and you're going to try again. If it still doesn't work, then that's what the second template is for. You would go to the box that didn't have the color working on the other one, and you would take this little cute paint tool, it's copy style, scroll up without clicking anywhere else, and click it, and it will apply that way. And that will solve that problem. I want to go over the font attribute menu really quick. This is where your fonts are located. If for some reason you should want to change your font, because some people do, this is how you make them bigger and smaller. And this is to change the color of your font. Alignment, bold, I skipped that because bold, italic, and underline and strike through are always available, but bold and italic are only available for certain fonts. If they're there and you want to use them, you can. And spacing. So there's letter spacing. Let's say you just cannot get this to line up right. You can also go into letter spacing to fine tune it. Effects would be all the fun little effects that you would want to add, like throwing in an outline if you want. Just some fun stuff. You can play around and do whatever you want. Hit none when you're done playing. You will download it. So you'll go up to share, go to download. You will either download a PNG, a JPEG, or a PDF, depending on what your print lab needs from you. I highly recommend Office Max or Office Depot, Staples. Those places are amazing. I would go there first, and most times they will work with you. Walgreens and Walmart are cool or whatnot, but it can be a little more difficult. It's just a different vibe there, whereas Office Max, they're going to want to do a good job for you. If anybody gives you trouble about printing this, this is 100% allowed. You can definitely print this. There are no copyrights on these color boxes. You are not using any photos of anybody other than yourself, and that's the key. As long as you are using photos of yourself, using your name, then you can print this no problem. If you really run into a lot of trouble, okay, go up to share. Only you can access, change that to anyone with the link, make sure it says can edit, copy the link, go to Etsy messages and send it to me. And then I can get into your template. When you send me that link, I will only be able to see this page right here. I will not be able to see what you have uploaded in your folder. I will not be able to go back to your main account. I can't see any of your other templates. I can only see this one page. So I'm telling you that in case you're having problems with your photos, make sure you have dumped all your photos into the template. Even if it's just like this, even if you just go to uploads and you just drop them in like that, and then you send me the link, I can access these photos. I would prefer if you had already placed them all by the time you contact me, because then I can just like adjust. It's a little bit easier, but that's why I'm telling you that I can only see this page. Also, to let you know that your stuff is private. There's no way that I can see any of that. So don't hesitate if you get to the end and it just didn't work out for you. Every once in a while, you have no other option but to use a certain browser, and that browser just, I don't know if maybe it needs to be updated. I don't know, but you can't do it. You just can't. And that's fine. And that's why this page exists. So should your color not apply and you've exhausted all other things, come to this page. Let's say it's this color box that didn't apply. Copy your code, click on the box that you want it to be applied to, go to Duotone because that's where everything is, click on this box and paste your code. When you go into the Duotone area, the highlights are the background color and the shadows are always black, except for the middle image where the highlights are white. The shadows are the background color. Just a fun little fact if you wanted to know what's going on with those, and that would be helpful if you do have to troubleshoot even further than you expected. There it is, you guys. That is your poster. If you have a part 2, like you got a ticket invite or something like that, then go see the second tutorial if you need to. Usually the second tutorial is really just going over text and elements that are in that, but it's still a good idea to take a gander at that just to make sure that you don't miss anything. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Reach out if you have questions. Until next time.